Shri Venu Geet. Hare Krishna to all of you. And we welcome all of you in this session of Venu Geet. And today is a very special day as well. Today is what? Snan Purnima. In India it is tomorrow. In some countries it's tomorrow. But in here it's today. It's Snan Yatra means where Jagannath is given Abhishek. There are 10 points which come regarding this festival. Our Bhakti Vigyan Bharti Kosai Maharaj tells us in his Katha, one Snan takes place in Jagannath Puri, which is called Snan Purnima. Another Snan means bathing. Also, another Snan took place in Krishna Leela when Shri Krishna came to Kurukshetra, and there he took Snan, means bathe. What was the occasion when he came there to Kurukshetra? It was a solar eclipse, and solar eclipse comes on Amavasya, means dark moon. It's the day of dark moon. And Snan Purnima in Jagannath Puri happened when the moon is full. So tomorrow is Snan Purnima. There will be also Purnima, means full moon. So tomorrow we will hear this katha, during the evening time of America. What is the significance of Snan Purnima? But right now we will hear about Venu Geet, and we are at the 18th shlok, 18th verse, in which gopis are saying, and this verse is very, very, very important verse. Gopis are saying, this verse, it's a very beautiful verse, and you all should learn this verse actually. It's a very, very important verse. What does it mean? All the gopis, they have come together. Oh, my friend, this Govardhan hill is Haridas Chudamani. Haridas Chudamani. Haridas Chudamani means among all the servants of Hari, this Govardhan is the best. Chudamani means the topmost, the supreme most, the best. Among all the Haridas, the topmost supreme Haridas is, means the servant of Hari is who? Shigiraj Govardhan. Giraj is so fortunate because he is our Pran Vallabh. Sorry, no. Gopis are saying that our Giraj Govardhan, our so Govardhan is touched by the footprints of Krishna and Baldev. So Giraj is so happy. He provides sweet water, sweet fragrant water, and very, very nice grass, which are very soft grass, and he also provides very beautiful caves and different types of flowers and fruits. Through all these items, Govardhan serves cows, Baldev Prabhu Krishna. Now in this verse, the glories of Giraj is spoken by the gopis. Giraj is how? Giraj is providing beautiful grass for the cows and very pure, fragrant water for the sakhas, for the cows, for all the Brajvasis actually. very nice water for Krishna, for Baldev Prabhu, and for all the cows, for all Brajvasis. And who is Giriraj? He is Haridas Vare. He is the best among all the servants of Hari, Krishna. So there is one book of Gurudev, Shila Gurudev. You all must read it. Its name is when Gurudev in 1996, when he went out to preach to the Western world. He, so there was one book which was published, which was called Nectar of Govind Leela. Nectar of Govind Leela. That there are three Haridas. Actually, there are so many Haridas. Haridas means the servants, the sevaks of Hari, Krishna. But there are three Haridas who are very prominent, very famous. The first category is of Yudhishthir Maharaj. Then second category of Uddhav ji. And the topmost category is of Shri Giriraj ji. Giriraj ji is the topmost Haridas, the best among all the servants of Hari. So Yudhishthir Maharaj is Haridas. How? He Yudhishthir, along with his other four brothers, he serves Krishna. How? Even he gambled because of for Krishna's service. Yudhishthir Maharaj and the Pandavas, they played this game of gambling to serve Krishna. Why they gambled? Why they played this game? A Vaishnav does never plays gambling. They never involved in gambling. So why this happened? Why Yudhishthir Maharaj involved in gambling? Many people do not understand this point here. They say Yudhishthir Maharaj played gambling, so we can also do it. As if we get the license. But why he played that gambling game? Because Yudhishthir Maharaj, he in his mind he thought that everywhere around me I am being praised by everyone around me. I am becoming so famous. So that's why I I should do something so that I should become infamous. I should not be so famous. And people should criticize me. That is why Yudhishthir Maharaj, who is Dharmaraj, he is the protector of Dharma. He always talks about Dharma. He he can never do anything wrong actually. He never lies. Yudhishthir Maharaj. In the battle of Mahabharat, Sri Krishna says to Yudhishthir Maharaj, you should lie. What you should lie? Ashwathama is dead. So that Dronacharya's son Ashwathama, when Dronacharya would get to know that his son has died, who is Ashwathama, Dronacharya would become very weak, depressed. Then Arjun can easily fight with Dronacharya or kill him very easily because he will be depressed or weak. But Yudhishthir Maharaj, even though while Krishna was insisting him, but he did not lie. It's a big thing. This is the difference between Yudhishthir Maharaj and Arjun. Krishna, whatever Krishna is telling to do, Arjun is doing it as it is. And Krishna is saying that Krishna who is Satyam Param Dhimahi, that Krishna never lies. Satyamat Pratishtita. In Mahabharata it is written, in Mahabharata it's written, where there is truth, there is Krishna. Where there is truth, there is Krishna. So there is no difference between Satya and Krishna. Both are one, both are same. Krishna never lies, he always speaks the truth. So in Bhagavatam it is written, Satyam Param Dhirmahi. We meditate on the supreme truth. And that same Krishna, when he came to Kurukshetra, So actually, Yudhishthira Maharaj, he never used to lie, and he refused to lie actually. So then Krishna said, what I should do? He's not able to speak that, he's not able to do what I am telling him to do. So then he told to Bhim, he instructed Bhim, Krishna, you pick up your gada and you hit the elephant. And that elephant was Ashwathama. The name of that elephant was Ashwathama. And then you speak loudly that Ashwathama is dead. He's no more. Bhim loudly said this. Ashwathama is dead. He's no more. He's finished. But that Ashwathama was an elephant, not the son of Dronacharya. He said this very loudly, very clearly. But very quietly he said, not the human, but the elephant. But so Yudhishthir Maharaj, who would never lie, he's Haridas. How can Yudhishthir Maharaj lie? So how he could gamble? How could he involve in gambling? So those who say this, that he did this, so we can do gambling, they are wrong. Yudhishthir Maharaj did not do any adharma. He only wanted to stop his name and fame. He did not want to increase his name and fame. Actually, a devotee doesn't like when his name and fame increases. He doesn't like it. Try to understand this carefully. A devotee never wants that he should become so famous and so well known. But those who are not devotees, they want pratishtha, they want name and fame. They want to become famous. And when they do not get, but they do not get famous, they do not become name and they do not get name and fame, they get enviousness. And when this enviousness comes, then also comes lust, greed, matsarya, attachments, anger, greed, lust. So all these anarthas, they come together in wholesale, together in bulk. So the root is what? Your root is enviousness, jealousy. This it's a great obstacle in the path of bhakti. And this jealousy, sometimes in gross or sometimes in subtle, comes. It's subtle in nature. It can also be gross in nature. It can come in any form. So you all should be very careful. Those people who are jealous, who have a jealous mood of jealousy, you should never associate with such a person. So we might say or feel that we don't associate with them, we don't even talk to them. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Vaishnav Charitra Sada Pavitra Je Pape Ninda Kari. Vaishnav Charitra is always pure. Vaishnav's character is always pure, and an impure person who speaks ill about a Vaishnav, I will never hear the words of such a person who speaks ill about a Vaishnav. I will never hear such a person. So this jealousy can come in how many forms? Lust, different desires, but jealousy means I saw that person speaks very nice Harikatha. Even I want to speak Harikatha. Even I want to become famous. Even I want Pratishtha, name and fame. But I also need qualification. I also need Adhikar. I don't have that qualification, but I only want to speak Harikatha and I want to become famous. People will clap for me. They will give me garland. And only in this fire, I suffer day and night. In this fire of jealousy. And when this does not get fulfilled, then I become angry. I get anger. When the desires do not get fulfilled, then we get anger. And when anger comes, then also comes greed, lobe, which is called greed in English. I have seen many such people. They, what Krishna says in Gita Ji, I have seen it step by step. They don't get their desires fulfilled, they become angry. When anger comes, then they also become greedy. And when greed comes, then also they become mad, egoistic, false ego, ahankar. And the root cause of all this is matsarya, Matsarya means jealousy, enviousness. And that jealousy, if we leave jealousy, and if we become very submissive and very humble, grounded, if someone says, yes, I also want to speak, I also want to learn how to speak Harikatha, can you train me, can you teach me, can you become my Siksha Guru, you are my Siksha Guru, you are my Path Pradarshak Guru, you are, can you also give me a chance, can you also train me, teach me, then yes, why not? Those who have qualification, or those who have humbleness, submissiveness, immediately all the qualities come in such a person's heart. And all the time, Guru and Vaishnavas, they always are eager to help us, to nourish us, to help us all the time. But all we need is the right attitude. We we need to remove our ego, and we need to pray with the mood of humbleness and a mood of submissiveness. That is why Yudhishthir Maharaj was already so famous, and he thought, I should do something so that people should criticize me. I don't want to be famous. Okay, so I must gamble. And I'm not so expert in gambling. I do not know how to gamble. Duryodhan was expert in gambling. He was an expert gambler. So Pandavas lost everything when they were playing with Duryodhan. Opposite, I mean, they were different parties. And when they were playing this game of gambling, they gave their entire kingdom. Then he lost his brothers, he lost his wife Draupadi also. He put her for stake as well. Draupadi also lost. Duryodhan said, okay, you bring that servant Draupadi and you make her sit on my thighs. And Bhim said, Duryodhan, O Karn, Duryodhan, I will break your thighs. So you said such a big thing that you will make her sit on your thighs. So many things happened in Mahabharata, actually, the war of Mahabharata. And if there was no Mahabharata, then Gita wouldn't have come. Bhagavad Gita would not have come. If there was no Mahabharata, there would have been no Bhagavad Gita. That is why Krishna, Krishna's devotees, Krishna's devotee, Shri Yudhishthir Maharaj, he is a Haridas. So his activities, his actions, we should not imitate. We should not involve in such activities, just copying him, just by imitating him. Second Haridas is Uddhav ji. He is also Haridas. He's a big Haridas than Yudhishthir Maharaj. Why he's so big? Why he's a better Haridas than Yudhishthir Maharaj? Because if a person shares his internal moods with someone, they can't be shared with everyone. They can only be shared with someone who is close to your heart, those who can keep your feelings as secret, and those who can understand such moods of your heart. Only they can be shared with your internal moods and sentiments. So Arjun is Krishna's sakha, but Krishna never spoke about his gopis to Arjun. It's not something which you can speak in public about gopis. Shri Krishna never spoke about gopis to Arjun or Yudhishthir Maharaj. Krishna said Dait Sakha. He said about gopis to Uddhav ji. Drishti Naam Pravano Mantri, Krishna Dait Sakha, Braspati Shishya Sakshat, Uddhav Saptama, Uddhav Buddhi Saptama. Uddhav ji is Krishna's closest intimate friend to Krishna. Uddhav ji. That is why Uddhav ji, what seva services he has done, no, even Yudhishthir Arjun could not do. Which service is that which Uddhav ji has done? Krishna's manobhishta seva, the service of his internal mood. Gacho Uddhav Brajo Somyam Pitro na Pitra Bhavanam Gopi na Mas Sandesh means Sandesh means message. Oh Uddhav, you go to Braj. You meet my parents. You calm them, you console them. And you also meet my gopis who are crying in separation from me. Who are crying in separation from me. You also console those gopis. You sympathize them. You make them calm down. You console them. This is how Uddhav ji got this service. And Uddhav ji, when he came to Braj, um, he gave the message of Krishna to all the Brajvasis. There is some problem. Someone has, someone has come there actually. So Uddhav ji, what service he did? Uddhav ji. So Uddhav ji actually spoke about Krishna to Brajvasis. He helped them to remember Krishna. This is the biggest. This is the biggest service. So actually, Uddhav ji spoke about the glories of Krishna, or he spoke about Krishna to Brajvasis, and this is how he consoled the Brajvasis. If someone is in separation, and if someone helps them, it's a big service. Gopis are in separation. Shri Nand Maharaj and Yashoda Maiya are also in separation from Krishna. Krishna moved to Mathura, and Uddhav ji, he went to Braj. He spoke the Harikatha of Krishna to all the Brajvasis, and he consoled the Brajvasis. He could not really actually completely ended. He could not end their separation, but he helped them to remember Krishna. So that's why it is. This is a service actually. It's a service. And on the other side, he also served Krishna. Uddhav also served Krishna because Krishna also wanted. It's his manobhishta, his internal moods, his inner heart desire. Krishna's inner heart desire. So Uddhav ji is also known as Haridas, second category of Haridas. But among all the different Haridas, the topmost Haridas, supreme Haridas is Sri Giriraj. Haridas Varya. Who said this Haridas Varya? Gopis. Radharani, Gopis. Maharaj is asking if he should continue or not. He's asking if there is some background disturbance actually. Devotees are saying, no, your voice is clear and we must, please continue, Maharaji. Oh, sorry. Now, in Gita, Krishna, in the purport, it is said, just before this verse, the gopis of Vrindavan were praying what we should get. We should, we should become, we should become a tree or a leaf or a flower or some grass, a blade of grass. This is their greed. This is their desire. When they are praying like this, we want to become a blade of grass. We should get this birth. Our gopi birth is a waste. So this is how when they are praying, the gopis, the hearts of gopis, in the heart, the glories of Giriraj manifested just while talking like this. When we speak something, we also sometimes, think of someone in our mind. Someone's. So gopis are speaking among each other, and at the same time, in their heart, the glories of Giriraji manifested. And then what they started speaking? Haridas Varjyo. Oh, my friend Sakhi, without taking the shelter of great devotees, without serving great devotees, no internal desire can be fulfilled. This is such a beautiful point which Gopis said. They are glorifying Sadhu Sangh, the association of pure devotees. Gopis are saying those who are pure devotees, Mahabhagavad, without taking their shelter and without doing any service towards them, you know, none of your desire can be fulfilled. Here, which desire is they are being talking about? Which internal desire they are talking about? They're not talking about material desires. They are talking about spiritual, transcendental desires, adhyatmic, spiritual. We we want to go to the spiritual world of Bhagwan. We want to serve Radhaji. This desire can be fulfilled when we take the shelter of a sadhu and we serve them. And if we do not do such, then our our internal desires can never be fulfilled. What is the meaning of serving sadhus? How you can serve sadhus? You can cooking by cooking for them. No, not actually that. The topmost service of a sadhu is you hear harikatha from them, you take their association, you pray for their association. This is the topmost service. Without doing this should be our desire, and this can be fulfilled only when we pray for their association. So gopis are saying Purnamasi spoke about the glories of Giraj Govardhan to us. Let's go to Mansi Ganga. Let's take a dip in the water of Mansi Ganga, and we will do the parikrama of Giraj, and we will take the darshan of Haridas ji. We will do his archan, and by doing this, our very rare desires can be fulfilled. It's such a beautiful point here. When we go to Navati Parikrama, I speak Harikatha in the sunshine. Actually, Maharaj is facing lots of sunshine on his face. So he has covered his head now, actually. If you can see him in the video. In Kartik Parikrama, Navati Parikrama, Maharaj is saying they speak like this by covering their head. Don't look at me, Maharaj is saying. You just hear me properly. Gopis are speaking such nice point here. Unless and until a devotee does not take shelter of pure devotees, do not take their shelter of their lotus feet, does not serve their lotus feet, until then his internal desires can never be fulfilled. So gopis are saying, we heard about Giraji from Purnamasi. Why they said like this? That we heard from Purnamasi ji? Because they do not have the Aishwarya move in them. Oh, Giraj is so big. Giraj is Sakshat Bhagwan Krishna. He can fulfill everyone's desire. Then this will become Aishwarya Bhav, mood of opulence. But gopis do not have mood of opulence. That is why they are saying in this, who reconciles this situation? Purnamasi. So they are saying we heard from Purnamasi. Purnamasi knows everything. Yogmaya knows everything. He spoke about the glories of Giraji to us. So let's, oh my dear friends, let's go to Mansi Ganga, which is near Giraji. We will take a dip in Ganges water. We will do the Parikrama of Giraj, and we will also take darshan of um, Haridev ji. And this will help us to fulfill our internal heart's desire. So this also becomes clear for all of us that those who take dip, a bathe in the water of Mansi Ganga, those who take darshan of Haridevji and those who do parikrama of Giraj Govardhan, their internal desires does get fulfilled. You try to understand this very properly and carefully. Many people who do not get their desires fulfilled, like the marriage of my daughter is not happening, my son is not passing his exams, any desire, XYZ, any material desire, if they are not being fulfilled, you must go to this one place where all your desires can be fulfilled, and that is the service of Girraji. Some people say you bribe Girraji, you do his abhishek, you perform his abhishek, you offer him kheer, you bribe him. Why? Oh, he will fulfill my heart's desire. Now understand this. Sometimes all material desires are not material desires actually. All material desires are not actually material all the time. If the goal, the intent is the service of Bhagwan, but the desire is material, then it's not actually material desire. If the intent, the purpose of that material desire is to serve Bhagwan. For example, if someone desires, I want to go for world tour, it's a material desire completely. I will go for the flight, I'll go to Italy, I'll go to Europe, I'll go to Russia, I'll go to Dubai, XYZ, different countries. It's a desire, it's a material desire. It's a material desire. But in this material desire, if if a devotee desires that in all these different countries where I go and I will speak Hari Katha. Just imagine, I'll means think that I'll make people devotees. Now this desire is still a material desire or a spiritual desire? It says spiritual, adhyatmic spiritual desire. Adhyatmic means spiritual. Like our Gurudev, Pujapad Bhaktivedanta Nayak Goswami Maharaj. He traveled the entire world. He he traveled around the world for at least 14 times. Maharaj is asking if we can hear him. Oh, he's ending the session. He he's not able to. There's a different setup there. Actually, okay, he's continuing now. So our Gurudev traveled throughout the world for 14 times just to see the sightseeing, to see Eiffel Tower in Paris, or to see beaches in Hawaii, or to see the tulips in Holland. Why Gurudev traveled so much for 14 times? Or did he go to New York to see the Statue of Liberty? Or the Taj Mahal in India? No. Why they travel? Dina Chetasam. A pure devotee who travels around the world, their their reason for traveling is to preach, to serve Bhagwan and to preach the Vani of Bhagwan. So that is why all material desires are not actually really material. There is also spiritual desire involved in it. That is why Giraji's parikrama, everybody comes. Millions of people come from all over the world to do parikrama of Giraji. Everyone doesn't have same desires. Every jiva has different types of desires. Someone comes for their exams, some comes for their visa, some come for their marriage, some come for a child. different reasons they come for to do parikrama of Giraji. But even devotees do parikrama of Giraji. What is their desire? We want the service of Bhagwan, and we should be able to do the service of Bhagwan. This is the reason for devotees to do parikrama of Giraj Govardhan. So gopis clearly mentioned here, they clearly spoke here how our desires can be fulfilled. The topmost person, who the one who is topmost, you take shelter of them. And among the topmost servants of Krishna, Giraj Maharaj is the best. Among all the Hari servants, he is the best servant. So gopis here actually have given us one formula here. You take bath in Mansi Ganga, you take darshan of Hari Dev Ji, and you do the parikrama of Giraj Govardhan. This will help you to fulfill all your desires. We want to become a maidservant of Radha Rani. We want to get the service of Shri Priya Priyatam. This is our service. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. We will hear tomorrow now. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees.